This computer is so slow. Goddamn. Hello, everybody come on in. I'm just putting together a thumbnail for this live. Howdy. Your network has been slow. Happy birthday. What's up? Palatine. Dirty Nellies. All right. That's what I needed. The fourth is strong with this one. Yes, indeed. Hang on. Change. Conley, Chris, look at that. Boom, boom. Back to back. Here I go. On my own. I do not possess a Star Wars shirt. Have you ever been in a band? A million of them. Here I go on my own. Not so much strong here anymore. On another note, avoid the bathroom for about 20. Rough goes over at his place. What do you think is happening to the missing scientist? I dread to think what's happening. That Taco Bell shirt is causing me rumbling and the tumbling already. Oh, well, shitting in somebody else's place is always the key. Love your guitars. That's why I asked. Oh, thank you. Hey, come on. Turn the goddamn monetization on. Jesus, Mary, and fucking Joseph. Okay. Now, where were we? Oh, that's right. Titties. Love the Grateful Dead guitar. Thank you very much. Several birthday cakes here. What's going on? Same shit, different day. You want Taco Bell? It is the best of all the fast foods. I mean, run for the border, baby. The missing scientists are definitely concerning. Definitely concerning. There are a lot of questions that need to be answered in regard to missing scientists. And I don't even know where to begin asking the fucking questions. I'm so out of my depth. What is the best/worst Star Wars movie? Are you at least wearing your tacos shirt tomorrow? I don't know. Maybe I should. Um, Star Wars movies. The worst one was the very first episode. If you do them in numerical order, where they discover Jar Jar being salty, that's the worst one. The best one I used to say the best one was Return of the Jedi, but I am beginning to think that it's episode 3 where Anakin becomes Darth. Because I think in that episode, what you get is you get a lot of the storyline that wasn't filled in before, that bridge both worlds. You get you get Anakin and you get Darth, you get Yoda, you get, obviously we don't have Luke in there, but um you he's there, but he's not there. He's being born. Yeah, I think number 3 is my best. Come to the dark side, Anakin. We has cookies. Revenge of the Sith is definitely the best in my opinion. Courtney says, "A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, and the rest suck." What is the name of the third one? I can't remember the name of the third one. Laura, how you doing? You think you would prefer to be a Sith over a Jedi? Interesting. Revenge of the Sith. Okay, that I think is my favorite. Of course, other favorites are how Stella got her groove packed. Um, Conan, the ball bearing one. Classics like that. I never watched any of the TV shows. Like I never watched any of the one with the little baby Yoda and the Boba Fett guy. I never watched any of that stuff. None of the offshoot shows. Andor is awesome. Haven't even heard of that one. Fistful of Yen. Debate Trump. What does that even mean? Debate Trump. Rogue One was the only one that had the same old school feel as the original ones, in my opinion. Sister, how you doing? We have another fan of Rogue One here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the score in Debbie Does Dallas is what ruined it for everybody. Andor is about the Rebel Alliance. Oh, okay. It was a joke. Roger that. Downstate Illinois Blue Dot. You're a mailman from downstate Illinois. Whereabouts in downstate? If you, as close as you can say. What are all these Star Wars things you all keep mentioning? There's been nothing since Return of the Jedi. What? Saline County. YouTube, are we really going to do this with the comments again? Did the tangerine toddler finally open the straight? No, as a matter of fact, as of the time I started this live, we had there was one allied ship on fire. I can't remember whose ship it was. Things had been hit in the UAE. The UAE said that they were going to respond in kind, and oil was spiking again. I thought the last I saw it was up to 114 a barrel for Brent crude, I think. Where are we with the Dow overall today? Wasn't too bad of a hit so far today. Dow's down 468. We're flirting with 49,000 today. South Florida, longtime listener. A lot of your YouTube videos are populating on my home screen on YouTube. Just an FYI. That's good to know. That's good to hear. And if you guys could please share those videos, interact with those videos, comment on them, like them, watch them all the way through. It really does help push the rest of my content as well. I greatly appreciate that. And it's how I make a living. What's the human mentioning about missing scientists? Huh? What's the human mentioning? You your gas has been over $5 for weeks in Northwest Oregon? Ouch. Yes, happy May the 4th. We are now officially into the shit here at the Powell household, at the Casa de Powell. We're fucking into it now. In 3 days, it is my 27th wedding anniversary. 3 days after that is Mother's Day. 3 days after that, it is my 54th birthday. 3 days after that, it is our daughter's 25th birthday. And 2 days after that is the induction date for that same daughter. That we're into it. We're into it. And then we got Tommy's trip, his 8th grade trip up to Great America. Then we have the 8th grade end of school whatever bash they got going on. Then there's graduation. Then there's a trip to Orlando, Florida, to compete in the National History Bee. And somewhere in there, Maggie's getting given birth. So we're into it. We are eyeballs deep. Tom the Vulture. What does that mean? May the beginning of June is always. Yeah, see, once we get to June, we get to breathe for about a month. We get to breathe, and then we have a really hectic July. Oh, May is very crazy. Like I said, it's every few days something happens. Ba-bum, 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 ba-bum. This is my family's downtime until we get to hurricane season. That's an interesting one. We have a couple of things in June, but nothing too hectic. You were just on a live watching grass grow with 87 other people, and now you feel like you need to reevaluate your life. And you came here to reevaluate said life. Okay, guys, if you could please tap the fuck out of the screen, that gives me likes. Tap the fuck out of the heart button, that gives me likes. It helps propel the live in front of more people. Am I a farmer? Um, I go to the market. There's the harvest right there. It's not a strain, it's multiple strains. Whenever I go to my guy, I have him always put in 3, 4, 5, 6 different strains. So, shall we, boys and girls? Everybody got yours? Belly up. And away we go. Well, you run to catch up with the sun, but it's sinking. Racing around to come up behind you again. Gas in Puerto Rico is already at $1.17 a liter. Can you do me a favor and can you convert that into dollars per gallon? I don't know what that equates to. The sun is the same in a relative way, but you're older. Pow, 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 pow. Shorter of breath, and one day closer to death. Mixing strains together triggers migraines for you. Interesting. I always loved roughly $4 a gallon. Okay. We're here in the United States. Well, I mean, you're part of the United States, but here in the continental US, we're 4.46 average a gallon. Around here, we're now hovering for like if I can find it for in the 4.60s, I'd be ecstatic. And diesel here is well over $6. Well over $6. 419 at the station you go to in St. Louis, 509 in Southern Oregon, 489 in Southern Illinois, 379 in Northwest Florida. It's the blue ribbon winner so far. Mixing strains where I live, we call it a Mendo blend. That's the only way I can do it is like if I'm gonna go get 2 ounces, an ounce, ounce and a half, I'm like, could you just mix all the different strains together that you can? And that's what he winds up doing for me. And then it's like a dealer's choice. It's like reaching into a box of chocolate. Life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get. Premium gas is already at $1.34. It does not use premium, so it's a starting price. $8 diesel. Oh, we're steamrolling towards that here. It'll probably be $7 in days here. Yeah, I saw that Ashton. I just did a video about that. So fucking weird. It's the dumbest timeline ever. 689 in Bay Area, California. Fuck me. Hell of a time to go on a trip for. I mean, seriously, just like fuck me. I mean, don't literally fuck me. I'm married, but you understand what I'm saying. Fuck me. $5.89 and 7+ for gas in the Seattle area. Cost you over $50 to fill your hybrid SUV. Warned off. You are a friend to my people. I thank you. Could you please explain to me who are your people? Don't they do a diesel summer blend, or am I wrong about it? They do a gasoline summer blend. I don't know if they do a diesel summer blend. Whatever it is, holy fuck, it is too expensive to run a truck right now. I am so fucking glad we got out of that. Oh my god. Oh, I speak up for Arabs in a video? Well, yeah, because I speak up for everybody that isn't a fucking piece of shit and a fascist and is just trying to live their fucking lives. It just it it doesn't make any sense to me why people get so fucking involved in other people's lives and people fucking rip on everybody that's not like them. I just did a video, it'll air sometime tomorrow. This guy is screaming and yelling about, we can have different opinions doesn't mean that you got to leave your opinion in my goddamn comment section and blah blah blah. You fucking people. What's going on in the United States of America right now is an ethnic cleansing. It's an ethnic cleansing in the sense that this administration is doing everything in its power to get rid of anybody that's brown or black. If you are of color, you are not welcome by this administration. If you are a woman, you should know your place in this administration. If you are a member of the LGBTQ plus community, you are not welcome in this administration. And that's not like it is, but it isn't. Let me explain what I'm saying. It's not what America is. And people will go, well, that's the history of America, oppressing brown and black people and women and gay people and members of the LGBTQ plus community. And I understand that that is the history of our country, but that's not who we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be a country where you do you and I'm going to do me. And as long as we're not hurting each other, then who the fuck gives a fuck what you do? If you want to pray to a different fucking God, then go pray to a different fucking God. It doesn't matter to me. As long as you don't try to implement your religious beliefs into the legislation that affects all of us, then I got no fucking problem with what you do. As long as what you're doing in your life involves consenting adults and it doesn't harm other people and it doesn't push your beliefs on other people through the legislative process, then do you, man. Marry the guy next door, marry the gal next door. Hell, 9 of you can get together and get married. I don't give a fuck. Are you trans? Don't care. You gay? Don't care. You Arab? Don't care. You Muslim? Don't care. You Sikh? Don't care. Are you an atheist? Don't care. You a Jew? Don't give a fuck. Just don't hurt other fucking people and don't try to tell me I gotta live by your belief. And we're all good. I'll meet you down at the ball game. Watch the Cubbies kick some fucking ass. But no, these motherfuckers, they can't. These people on the right, they are all about oppression and control and making sure that this country here, the United States of America, remains a white bastion in a sea of what is otherwise a world that is browning. It just is. We're all mixed. We're all mutts. I'm fucking 27% Sicilian and I don't know how much Scottish and a smidge Portuguese. And it's like, no, you're white. Man, I got whitish skin. That's what I got. And making sure that you keep your bloodlines pure is what winds up down a road where you have funny looking offspring that have to wear a full body bubble wrap protector because they hurt themselves constantly. I'm talking about these inbred fucks out in the hills. You know what I'm talking about. The ones that keep fucking people in their own bloodline. They can't understand why their nephew can't pronounce anything with the letter R in it. Fucking people, I swear to God. Anyway, sorry for rambling there. All because somebody said that I talked about Arabs. Just fucking, you know, yeah, those IR genius types, the people that have MALE written on their mailbox. You know what I mean? Yeah, the kind of people whose working TV sits on top of their non-working TV. He doesn't walk his son to school because he's a good father. He walks his son to school because they're in the same fucking class. No regrets. No regrets. Not even one regret? Nope, not a single regret. Inbred cousin fuckers that spend their weekends cornholing the local livestock. Motherfuckers that 99% of the time have two first names: Billy Bob, Joe Bob, Billy Ray. I'm 73. A military friend of mine at 70 is the last chance for Sturgis Health. Not sure I can make that. I don't know that I'd want to go to Sturgis. It's become a fucking MAGA cesspool. What's going on?
Well, I have this, but I don't want to say it out loud. If I can't say it, you probably can't read my handwriting, can you?
You're talking about this terminology
Yeah.
right here? Yeah.
Okay. And then what was it?
Of yourself?
Yeah, referencing
Yeah.
myself. Okay. Because like I wanted to say my inner,
Yeah.
you know. Also, when I'm recording videos, does your phone ever, when you're on TikTok, ever just go black while you're recording? Almost like
Yes.
what is it? Why?
It's almost like it's going to go into sleep mode.
Well, it does go into sleep mode if
Yeah.
I don't keep touching it.
Yeah. It happens to me like maybe once every couple of hundred videos I make.
It's almost like every time I do a stitch.
Oh, interesting. Is it
So,
for me now?
garbage. I mean, unless you want to let the
No,
world know
I'll
that
handle your garbage for you, ma'am.
I'm white trash.
Anything else?
No, I'm gonna go finish.
We're an hour away from picking them up.
I told the boys I'd be there at 2:30.
Just tell me, do you need more time?
Well, I think I have one or two more videos.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm gonna work on your videos, but then I'll go get them, and then because you're gonna have to go out there with them and help get them.
I thought we were both going to go out there and help get them going because I'm going to need some help being patient. I'm going to need you to be the voice of reason out there.
Well, smoke some, and you'll be patient.
I'm fucking working on it.
You're not working hard enough.
Because it's going to be a project. Yeah. Super Duty has two tanks at $4 each. Is $400. God damn. Oh, I'm not. I'm never going to go to Sturgis. Odd that I just got a notification from Cletus McFarland's channels. Who is Cletus McFarland? Whether it's center left or center right, the center in general is not the right path. I disagree. I think extreme rights and extreme lefts is not the right path. I think that a significant majority of people in this country are right here. They're not right here. They're right here. I think a significant majority of people in this country are like, I just want a safe place to raise my family. I want a job that pays a wage that I can support my family. I don't care what you're doing at the end of the block. Let me do what I want to do at this end of the block, and we can all be fucking happy. I think it's right here in the middle. I think that when we get to these extremes in society is when shit gets out of control. Extreme right brings you fascism. Extreme left brings you unsustainable communism. You can't have either one of them as a sustainable force. I disagree with you. How do I define extreme far left? Extreme right? I think you see it in the form of fascism. Extreme left. Um, Here, I'll give you a prime example. About 2.5, 3 years ago on TikTok, I got into about a 3 week long fight with dozens and dozens and dozens of self proclaimed communists, people that were between the ages of 17 and 22. that had profile pictures of Stalin and Mao and shit like that, that told me that I should be put up against the wall and summarily executed because I didn't agree with their stance that billionaires shouldn't exist and every landlord should be killed. Specifically about the landlord part, right? No, every single landlord should be put up against the wall and executed, they said. And when I said, no, I disagree with that, they said, then you should be put up against the wall and executed with them. That's extreme left. Extreme left is, in my opinion, everybody gets a house, everybody gets an income on the government. That's extreme to me. If you need housing, if you need an income, absolutely. I don't believe right now yet in universal basic income. We might get to a point where we reach a level of automation where we have no choice but to go with UBI. But that's extreme left to me. So I think people are right here. I think people want to be able to get up, go to work, have a decent job where they're safe at their job. They can earn a decent buck. They can support their family. They can go on vacation a couple of times a year, enjoy their weekends, and be left the fuck alone. That's what I think is what most people are, and that's here in the middle. All in all, it's just another brick in the wall. I keep hearing this name Hassan Piker, and I have never seen him. I don't even know what he's about. The kinds of people who leave comments in your videos that have more errors than Brazil has trees. It's an interesting approach. Hypocrisy is the golden rule in the American Fascist Party. Here's the thing, they didn't used to be like that. They really didn't. They used to disagree with them, Republicans, conservatives, but it was never back in the day, it wasn't anyway, the way it has gotten since Ronald Reagan. Since Reagan, it has really gone extreme right, and it's a very big problem. Oh, Israel needs to get the fuck out of Gaza. Like fucking 3 years ago, 20 years ago. Fuck that. 50 years ago. They need to get the fuck out of it. People ask me when it comes to that particular subject, who do you support, Israel or Palestine? And I give the same answer every time. Yes, I support the people of Israel and I support the people of Palestine. What I don't support is the government of Israel or the Hamas leadership in Palestine. Palestine. I think that the leadership of those two nations use the people in their countries as pawns in this bullshit fucking game that they play. And Israel needs to get the fuck out of Palestine. Palestine needs to be recognized as a state. As far as we get down to the, whose holy site is this and who, so I don't fucking know. But Jesus fucking Christ, they can both exist at the same fucking time. And no, you don't get to keep these fucking people penned in like cattle and control everything. Their power, their food, their healthcare, their utilities. It's just not right. It's not right. So yeah, I'm for the people of these two countries, and the leadership of those two countries can fuck all the way off, especially Benjamin Netanyahu, who's a fucking piece of shit war criminal. Period. And listen, what Palestine did to Israel what was it, October 7th or 9th? That wasn't right either. That needs to be condemned too. But Jesus fucking Christ, man. And then we have a president that just goes, whatever you need, BB. Iran? Yeah, let's go. Let's hit them. Thank you to everybody. Hunter, again, for the $2 donation. Can Dems win the House, or is it too late? No, Dems are gonna win the House. Uh, to everybody that's donated already, thank you very much. And there was another $1 donation. Those are greatly appreciated. It does help add to my end of the month bottom line when it comes to content creation, because I don't just get paid from the videos, and I don't just get paid from the memberships. To those of you who are members, you'll be able to see who's a member in the comment section. If their name is lit up a different color and they have little stickers that they can put next to their name, those are paid members that help support the channel financially by kicking in $5 a month. I thank you to all of those people. But yeah, those donations, greatly appreciated. Tapping the screen and the hearts is what really can help out a lot by pushing the live in front of more people as well. Should BB get the chair? There I there are a lot of people in leadership roles around the world that, in my opinion, are committing, war crimes and genocidal acts, and, I think Bibi Netanyahu is definitely in that camp, and no, I don't think he should get the chair. I think that we should handle these old school, fascist-like rulers, that commit these heinous war crimes the way we handled them back in the day, public hangings. If they're found guilty of the crimes that they're charged with, then public hangings, and you let them hang there for a predetermined period of time. That's what we're doing to you motherfuckers moving forward. That's what we did in the 40s. It's what we did in the 40s. Get up there. Your turn. Get up there. Your turn. Get up there. Your turn. To be honest, these evil douchebags are the only reason that any of this pain and bullshit is happening. Yeah, and the problem is that none of them will ever be held accountable because we're not in the 40s anymore. We don't see people like Mussolini hanging from the fucking balcony the way we should. The trials that took place after World War II were called the Nuremberg trials because they took place in Nuremberg, Germany, and they found all of those people guilty. They gave them their day in court, and they were all found guilty, and then punishments were carried out. And then for the next several decades, going on to this day, as a matter of fact, um, the hunt for Nazis who escaped Germany has been going on globally, and they've been finding, this dude here and this chick there, and so forth and so on. A lot of them in South America, Argentina turned out to be a big place for them, and I think that that's what needs to happen here. I think that another set of trials, like global trials like that, need to occur. People need to be found guilty for the crimes that they've committed, and the ones that escaped and ran, I think that we need to spend the next several decades hunting every last one of them down. Oh, you're one of these ICE agents that were nabbing people off the street and putting them in concentration camps. You're going to face your day too. That might not be a death penalty crime, but you're spending some time in prison. Oh, you shot Renee Good while she was trying to drive down the road. You shot Alex Preddy while he was trying to get up off of his knees. Then get up there. It's your turn. I don't understand why these old boomers won't just retire because they refuse to give up the power. They've held on to power for fucking years, decades, decades upon decades. They have held on to the levers of power in this country. They just don't want to give it up. And this country is going to be a better place when they are no longer holding on to the levers of power. My generation shouldn't even really get too much say at this point in time. We should maybe have a seat at the table, but this world now belongs to millennials and Gen Zers with Gen Alpha hot on their trails. Boomers need to fuck off and retire. Gen X, we need to go fucking enjoy our old age. This is their world now. I think the most accurate representation we could possibly have in the House of Representatives and the Senate is if you had a couple of Gen Xers, and then a shit ton of millennials and Gen Zers. It's time for them to start making the calls. And think about the most fucked up thing about these goddamn boomers. These were the fucking flower children. These were the love-in generation, the Woodstock generation. And they grew up to be what? They grew up to be these piece of shit MAGA cocksuckers who bought their home for 9 blueberries in 19 whatever and sold it for 1.3 million and are now fucking dancing at the villages in a pair of fucking white dad 12s and some fucking cargo shorts with a belt. Fuck you, don't take mine. You guys were the fucking you were the fucking flower children. What the fuck happened to you? What the fuck happened to you? Yeah, I'm pissed off the people from my generation, Gen X, that turned out to be like that. Man, we were the 80s kids. We were born in the 70s. We came of age in the 80s. When we were coming of age, it was all about hair metal and getting laid and having fun and fucking rocking out and partying and shit like that. And now you guys are fucking MAGA scumbags? Fuck out of here. Hey man, you like fucking Great White? Is that a MAGA hat? Yeah. Fuck you. I don't give a shit what you like. And yeah, I do like Great White. I ain't listening to it with you. Jet stain. Sorry. A bit of a cathartic rant there. 18% interest on an FHA, 12% inflation. What do you need down now? I don't even know. We bought this house. We bought this house in February of '04, I think it was. February of '04 or '05? '05, I think it was. I believe we put $5,000 down. It was 180 some $1,000 house. That's it. That's the whole thing. Here's a few grand. Here's a payment. Okay. I mean, that was it. We had a fucking bankruptcy on our record. They ran the numbers. They ran the fucking numbers and said we could afford. Was it 350, 375 in '05? Wait, $350,000 house? Yeah, you could afford that. How? We ran the numbers. So I've ran the numbers too. How do you figure I could afford a mortgage on a $350,000 house? Well, the mortgage is this much and your bills are this much. Okay, but you didn't take into consideration daycare, which is $1,500 a month at the time it was. Well, yeah, we don't factor in daycare costs because it's not, a stagnant or a static bill or a fixed bill. And I'm like, the fuck, it isn't a fixed bill. I pay it every fucking month. So you're telling me I can afford $350,000 if I don't pay for daycare, but I can't afford to go to work if I don't have somebody to watch the fucking kids. Well, that doesn't make any goddamn sense. So we took the 180 some odd $1,000 house. We put $5,000 down. They said, "Yeah, here's your monthly payment. Start making them," and away we went. In 1988, no, 7, 1987. I graduated junior high in May of 1987. In June of 1987, my father and I moved to Southern Indiana, to Linton, Indiana. He bought a two-bedroom, one-bathroom house for $9,000. It was a tiny little thing. Don't get me wrong, just a tiny little shack of a house. It had a living room, a kitchen. The washer and dryer were in the kitchen, and it had 2 bedrooms with a Jack and Jill bathroom. You had to walk through one of the bedrooms to get to the bathroom. 9 grand. 1980 June of 1987. No, 76, 76. I did not. Is Nirvana the Ohio of music? Nirvana and Ohio. Jesus Christ, man. Why don't you just fucking stand on my sack and spit on me? What is that noise? It is the old vacuum cleaner. I did not know that my Wi-Fi had started the vacuum cleaner. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Oh, we have gone below 49,000 on the Dow officially. We are down 564 on the day. The Dow Jones Industrial is currently rocking at 48,935. It hit 50,000 back in March. That's when they were all going 50,000, 50,000. Remember Pam Bondi? The Dow is at 50,000. Remember that? That was fucking March. March. We're back down under 49,000. We've made no ground whatsoever. He did it again. He fucked our economy again. He fucked our economy again. This fucking, this scumbag fucking piece of shit. He did it again. Man. We're paying almost $5 a gallon for gas. Inflation is up. Everything costs more money. 20% of the world's oil is cut off. The stock market's going in the opposite direction. More people are unemployed than ever before, or not ever before, than before at the end of Joe Biden's term. We're going backwards again. He did this in his first term, and he's doing it again. Keep in mind, when Donald Trump first got elected in 2016, we were coming off of 2 terms of Obama. Everything was on the right trajectory. Everything. Barack Obama oversaw the longest streak of private sector job growth in American history. He doubled the stock market, cut unemployment in half, cut government spending by 2/3, saved the auto industry, and brought us back from the worst recession since the Great Depression. Donald Trump got into office January 20th, 2017. He got his 2017 Trump tax cuts that summer, and then we proceeded to plateau the fuck out of the economy pre-COVID. In the first 3 years of Trump's first term, he oversaw the creation of 1.4 million fewer jobs than Obama did in his last 3 years. And then he ignored a global pandemic and drove the economy right off the fucking cliff. He's back in power, and we're doing it again. Lunch is here. Awakened. You take it easy. Everybody's stealing money from somebody at some fucking point in time, it seems like these days. Hell, I got accused of stealing money from you guys if you were members of this page. If you paid $4.99 to financially a month to financially support this page, I was told that I was fucking stealing from you. Well, I don't need your fucking money. I know I don't need your fucking money. That's how I make my income. But I must be stealing from you guys. Whatever. Somebody's always doing something wrong somewhere, some fucking point in time. And I appreciate it, Laura. The stocks adjust with the claims on Friday that the change in Monday, most of the things run at 70%. Shit ton of market manipulation going on. You still check the PO box? Yes, I do. I check it about once a week, because I also have we ran the trucking company out of there, still get mail for that. Uh, all of our businesses are run out of there. You wish I would broaden my horizons. How? If you don't mind me asking, Dag, what exactly is the Dow? It's the stock market, the Dow Jones Industrial. 87% of the stock market is owned by the 1%, top 1%. Yes, but think about how many working class people have 401ks. If you have a 401k, that quantity is tied to the market. Your 401k buys into mutual funds and stocks and whatnot and what have you. The market takes a hit. Working class folks' retirement accounts take a hit. I used to do cocaine and wound up in some situations I'm lucky to have been put into a barrel of acid over. Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. Well, the market isn't just rich guys' feelings, but the market is where people who are working class folks through retirement accounts, through IRAs and 401ks, can build retirement wealth. It's been going on for decades. Sold all my mutual funds the day after Trump was sworn in. Fair enough. Fair enough. We had like $1,500 in crypto fucking years ago, and I just got us the fuck out of it. I was like, none of this seems like it's real. I'm out. I'd rather just buy marijuana grower stocks. So we own some Curaleaf, and that's about it. The market like a casino. I mean, that's a fair enough point, but I mean, it's real too. You know what I mean? It's real fucking money. It's real people savings there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not paying attention to individual stock prices at the moment. I'm just paying attention to the Dow overall. You bought 1,000 shares of Nvidia. Can't they just move things around and manipulate? I mean, yes, they can. They can also manipulate the way they're manipulating right now, which is Donald Trump comes out and says, you know, no deal can be reached. We're going to bomb every fucking facility in Iran, and the market goes fucking haywire and oil goes nuts, right? Because everybody's freaking out that they're not going to be able to get their oil out. And then the rich folks jump in and they buy those stocks when they're way down. The stock market tanks down by 700 points today. Buy all that stock. Then Donald Trump comes out and announces there's a deal when there's not really a deal, but announces that there's a deal. Stock market recovers. What happens? All of his rich friends made a shit ton of money. It's been going on every week since the beginning of this war. There's a deal, then there's not a deal. There's a deal, then there's not a deal. Straight's open, straight's not open. And it's a market manipulation. The markets tank. Somebody jumps in and buys a shit ton of fucking stock. The markets rebound because he makes a fucking deal. And here's the deal: they're timing it, right? They're like the last big one was like 20 minutes before he announced that there was going to be a deal that somebody had jumped in and bought tens of thousands of dollars worth of stock that had fucking tanked because there was not going to be a deal. 20 minutes before he announces there's a deal, they jump in and buy that. Then he announces there's a deal, the stock fucking jumps, and whoever it is makes a $500,000 in profit that day. If you guys have the ability to, there's a website called The Unusual Whales. They track the stock market trading of everybody in Congress. And there are investment apps that, like, you give it $100 and you say trade the way Nancy Pelosi trades, and it follows her stock trades and it buys and sells the way she buys and sells. You know what I'm saying? Nest egg or not, the problem is, do you have retirement income? And I have to operate under the assumption that Social Security is not going to be there for us. Yeah, that GameStop thing was so weird. 93.7 beef, 11.49 a pound. Casey strip 22 lean chicken breast, 18.47. Fuck me. So if enough dollars do that, then doesn't it become a way politicians can themselves manipulate the market? Yes, they do it every day. Every day. Members of Congress have inside information on shit that's going to announce, shit that's going to break. You'll see members of Congress that, you know, buy in heavily to this arms manufacturer right before it's announced that we're going to attack this country or whatever the case. They do it all the time. Insider trading. As a matter of fact, there are laws on the books that allow them to do it. And they have been people, certain rogue elements of Congress have been trying for years to get legislation on the floor that bans members of Congress from trading stock. And the people that trade the stock have fought it. Primarily, Nancy fucking Pelosi has been fighting it. Why? Nancy Pelosi has hundreds of millions, tens of millions of dollars that she has made off the stock market from insider trading. She never fucking misses. She's like 90 some percent accurate with her fucking guesses. Man, that's pretty fucking brilliant. They do it every fucking day. They do it every fucking day. Yeah, Nancy Pelosi is considered one of the greatest stock traders of all time. I don't know if Marjorie Taylor Greene had stocks or not, but she walks away with, well, tens of millions of dollars in cash, a lifetime pension, and she goes back to a very lucrative construction company that she already owned in Georgia. Is there a difference between trading stock and gambling? No, probably not. If your childhood home you grew up with had an indoor pool, you were rich. Shit, if you had an outdoor pool, you were rich. Yes, Nancy Pelosi's husband also works in finance, and they always play it off. Well, he's in finance. He knows what he's doing. Yeah, nobody in the world is as accurate as Nancy is. But guys, it's almost time for us to go get our son. And he's got some after school projects that he needs to get done. So I'm going to wrap this up now. Don't know, might be back later on. but we will talk another time. In the meantime, go watch all the content that I've put out today and every other day. Make sure you share it with your friends. Make sure you tell all your friends to come follow the channel here, please. And thank you. Get yourself some t-shirts from my merch store, buy a copy of my book, you know, whatever you get done. Take it easy.